Sai and welcome back to my channel Sai Tech. In today's we'll try to compare the Battlegrounds mobile gameplay default graphics comparison between Realme X7 Pro versus the Realme X7 Max. As you can see friends, this is a Realme X7 Pro which I am trying to use right now in this video. Let's see friends whether the Realme X7 Pro has got what kind of default graphics and what is the Realme X7 Max default graphics. So without using any kind of GFX tool. So both the Realme X7 Max and Realme X7 Pro, they both phones have the different kind of dimensity processors. Let's see friends what are the settings we can actually get inside. So this is what I'm going to compare. So this is the exact variant which I'm trying to use, Realme X7 Pro, Android 11 version, Realme UI 2.0, Dimensity 1000 plus and 8GB RAM variant, as you can see friends clearly. And is a phone which is a Realme X7 Max which has got the same kind of 8GB RAM variant, Dimensity 1200, Realme UI 2.0 and Android 11 version. Let's see friends which phone will be able to have the better kind of graphics. That is what I'm going to compare between both phones. Let me try to start at same time. Let's see which phone can actually start at same time. That is what I'm going to check. As you can see friends, right now both phones are started to load. So one thing is that whenever you install this BGMI game in both phones, what happens is by default the game won't be added into the game space. That is what happened in the Realme X7 Pro right now. The game did not add into the game space. We need to manually add it by going into the game space. Let me try to do that in the Realme X7 Pro just now. So now I did add the Battlegrounds mobile gameplay in the game space in this phone. Now let's check friends which phone will be able to open faster. That is what I'm going to check right now. So let's see. So Dimensity 1000 plus and the Dimensity 1200. I'm going to do the speed test comparison as well between these both processors while gaming and while using normal applications. So make sure to stay tuned for those videos friends. I did notice the first in the Realme X7 Pro did show the PUBG logo first in the Realme X7 Pro. That is another thing which I thought of mentioning for you all in case if you want to know. Right now both phones are getting loaded. I'll try to see friends which phone has got what kind of better kind of graphics. That is what I'm going to compare, and which phone has got the 4D vibrations and haptic feedbacks, and all those details I'll try to explain in this entire video. So make sure not to skip this video friends, it will be really helpful. I'll try to even include other Realme phones if possible, maybe in another video, but I thought of making a video on this Realme X7 Pro first by comparing with the X7 Max, because most of the users, they are thinking of buying one of the device. So which device to buy? So that is the reason I thought of doing this kind of comparison. Just today morning I did upload a video on the Realme X2 Pro. X2 Pro actually supports the 90 FPS as well. So make sure to check that video in case if you want to know more details. First, let me show you the settings in the Realme X7 Max. Is the Realme X7 Max with the Dimensity 1200. So let's go to the settings and go to the options and graphics. As you can see, friends, smooth and extreme settings. That's perfect. Balanced and ultra, you're getting HD and ultra, HDR and ultra. There is no ultra HD. As you can see here, friends, clearly in the Realme X7 Max. This is without using any kind of GFX tool. So nothing, no trick at all, directly. Let's see what is the Realme X7 Pro can do. This is a Pro device which has a Dimensity 1000 plus processor. And smooth and graphic settings, as you can see friends, the smooth and graphic settings you are getting here, balanced and ultra you are getting, HD and ultra, HDR and ultra HD. That's so weird. As you can see friends, in the Realme X7 Pro, this is a game which I am trying to play, Battlegrounds mobile in India, this game. So the weird thing is that the ultra HD is not supported in the Realme X7 Max with the Dimensity 1200, and we are getting the ultra HD in the Realme X7 Pro. That's fantastic, as you can clearly see friends. But there is no option for the HDR and extreme. There is no option at all. That's another thing, as you can see clearly. So in this way we'll be able to differentiate friends which phone has got what type of default graphics. These are the basic things you should know before actually spending the money on the Realme X7 Max. Mainly for the gamers, you should know all these kind of things. Only then you can decide whether the phone is perfect for you or not. So try to go through this kind of videos. This will be really helpful for most of the users. But right now anyway, most of the people, they did comment under my videos that they'll be using smooth and extreme settings only. So let's try to use the smooth and extreme settings and let's try to play a sample game, team deathmatch. I'll try to use only the smooth and extreme settings during this time of gameplay, nothing else. Just for normal gameplay, I just want to play. So which phone has got what type of effects? In the Realme X7 Pro, you don't get 4D vibrations. So 4D vibrations is not enabled in this BGMI. That's completely weird friends, because there's a lot of potential in this phone, but you cannot use those because of the software limitations and optimization is not that great. There is one of the major problem which the Dimensity plus Realme phones users are actually facing this kind of issues where the software optimization is not that great. So it feels not that lag at all while playing the game. It feels really good, but if there's a couple of vibrations and haptic feedback, that would be really great and appreciated in the Realme X7 Max, but that's not the case in this phone. So that's a quite drawback. And dual speakers also works perfectly alright in this phone. The weight and the screen size is perfectly normal. Is really great. The weight and the screen size of this phone is really good. As you can see friends, overall the gameplay looks really great using in the both phones, nothing much issues. In case if you want me to do the battery draining test, make sure to comment below. I can definitely do the battery draining as well. So do let me know in the comments below. In case if you want me to do the battery draining after updating to this kind of BGMI game. As you can see friends, overall it works, it's really great in the Realme X7 Max. That's Realme X7 Pro, sorry. That's really good. And now let's move to the next phone, which is the Realme X7 Max device. The particular thing Realme X7 Max has got is the really good build quality. The build quality is perfect in this phone, which is fantastic friends in the Realme X7 Max. So which is really comfortable to use the matte surface. That's the one thing which I did notice. And the screen size is also slightly smaller than the Realme X7 Pro. That's also another good advantage in this phone. And the real-time FPS, both phones will be definitely able to get the 60 FPS without any kind of problem by using the smooth and extreme settings. That should not be any kind of issues as well playing in the both phones. As you can see friends, overall I did not feel much kind of lag as well right now. So even this game doesn't have any kind of 4D vibrations. So there is no 4D vibrations even in the Realme X7 Max. That's another disadvantage which I did notice. So there should be this kind of 4D vibrations friends, that will be really helpful for most of the users who are thinking of using the 4D vibrations while gaming. Not all the users like it, but at least you should have that kind of option, whether to, if you want you can enable, and if you don't want you can disable that option. Something like that, it will be really helpful. So that's it friends, thank you for watching this video. This is a quick comparison between the both BGMI Battlegrounds Mobile default graphics gameplay and small mini gameplay comparison as well. And for more information, make sure to stay tuned friends. And definitely the Realme X7 Pro has got the Ultra HD option. I do know most of the people, even that they don't play the Ultra HD as well, but still you do have that kind of option in the Realme X7 Pro device. So thank you for watching this video friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay tuned for more updates. Bye.